What do you think of the bus?
I'll tell you what, this is pretty nice. I wish I could park this thing outside of our stadium and stay here for spring training. It's a good setup you guys got here.
Right, we like this very much. How's the spring gone so far?
It's going really well. A lot of energy in this ball club, and we're excited to get going.
Right, your ankle, you had a little trouble in the off season. Everything's healthy now?
Everything's good to go, so I can't wait.
It looks like your ankle hurts when you swing.
A little bit. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm feeling great. So I got that itch. It's back.
I got to ask you, finally. I watch you swing from the other side of the dugout for years. And you hear guys say, I want to stay within myself. I just want to. What do you think? Are you trying to hit the ball off that hotel?
I'm trying to hit it definitely as hard as I can. And in my mindset, if I'm in a good hitter's count, or if I feel like I can, why not? You know, to me, it's selling yourself short if you're not trying to hit it as hard as you can.
We're talking before you come on here. And I said, Tim, I've never seen a guy take so many swings where if he does foul it back, you just take a deep breath and like, whoo, he missed that one, then he hits the next one.
Well, it's just the way I work. It's the speed that I'm good at. To me, if I tone it down and I try to get a feel for it and try to hit it the other way, it's when I don't do good. So I got to still stick within my strength.
So last year, 2 years ago, you told us you got the timing down on getting the front foot down, and it's changed everything. It's got to be more complicated than that, or is it not? Was that the trigger that got you going?
It's a combination of a lot of things. You know, it's the opportunity, it's the spot in the lineup you're hitting in, it's the confidence that the team and that the manager gives you. But the most important thing for me was not getting the foot down, but getting started throughout the pitcher's delivery earlier. That way, I get the load out of the way before the pitcher releases the ball. And then you can get picky. You know, you develop a good game plan. You go up to the plate, and once you pick up the ball earlier and you recognize it, if you don't want to swing at something with spin, you try to take it, and most of the time ends up being a ball. And then you get into good hitting counts consistently, and then it kind of snowballs. So to me, the key thing was getting ready on time because I can see the ball much better.
Right. You're the right fielder this spring, as opposed to last spring when it was unclear. Are you going to play the outfield or third base? How much easier is it knowing what position you're going to play?
It's way easier. And they were very vocal about it. You know, the team did tell me, you know, the possibility is there last year. You're going to be the starting right fielder, but at any point, if we need you, you're going to have to go to third. Right now, it's just right field. I don't have to worry about anything else. On defense, I know I don't have to worry about taking ground balls every now and then and keeping that in the back of my head, so I can get to relax and just work on the outfield defense and focus on my hitting.
Your manager, John Farrell, he knows how I feel about Dustin Pedroia. He pulls me aside today and he says, I have that guy over here. Do you know what kind of compliment he's given you?
Well, I've never played against DP, but I've seen him from the other side, and he's definitely one of the guys I look up to. He's not the biggest guy, and he might not be the most talented guy on the field, but he certainly gives you 120% all the time, and he gets the most out of his ability.
Right.
But for your manager to say that about you, pretty big compliment.
Well, I appreciate that from John, and I admire him as well. So that's something that I don't take lightly. I'm going to take the people's praise like that with a lot of responsibility and try to keep doing what I'm doing.
Tio, explain about what John meant about seeing the game. Explain what that means.
Well, again, some guys, they can hit the ball 500 feet, but he's saying Jose runs the bases, never takes a play off, tries to be the best outfielder. If he asks him to be the third baseman, say he does whatever he's supposed to do, and he shows up to win, and he brings everybody along with him.
Right. And where does that come from? That comes from when you were 10 years old?
No, definitely not. It comes from learning a lot along the way, and I was in a different number of roles throughout different organizations that I played in my first 6 years. I was a bench guy, I was a starter, I was a third baseman, I was a right fielder, I was a utility guy. So I know how to look at things from different perspectives, and I think I can pick up stuff just from watching. And I'm a big believer that there's numbers of ways to win a ball game, not only by hitting the ball. I can move up on a ball in the dirt, I can tag on somebody that maybe is not good on throwing when the ball's hit to the right. Those are the things I try to pick up because you never know what's going to help you win a ball game when it's crunch time.
How much better is your bullpen with the two back-end guys you picked up in the offseason?
On paper, it's unbelievable. I'm really excited. We lost a lot of close games last year, and partly because of, some of our guys in the bullpen didn't do what they were capable of doing or got hurt. But the guys we got right now, if they just do what they did last year without doing anything extraordinary, it's going to be a fun year, and we're going to be able to come out on top in a lot of those close games.
I asked John Farrell the same thing I'm asking you. Being in the East, is it ever, I don't want to say, is it frustrating the right word? You got the money with Boston and New York, and the talent with the Rays. And you guys had a good ball club last year.
It's not frustrating. I mean, it's a challenge. I see it as a challenge and not as something negative. I want to be as good as we can be within our division in order to make it. Maybe that means the rest of the playoffs is going to be easier for us. I don't know. I've never played in the playoffs, but it's something that I work very hard for on a single day basis. So that's what I come out here to do, try to win as many games as possible to get there. So if we get to play good all season long and beat the Red Sox and beat the Rays and the Yankees, then that means we're really good and we did our job and we deserve to go to the playoffs.
And last thing for me, Brett Lawrie, what did he bring to this club last year, and do you see him bringing even more this year?
When he came up, it was huge. He was a breath of fresh air. He had a lot of energy. He's really animated and plays with a lot of passion and emotions on his sleeve, and that's something that you don't see every day. A guy that's got that combination of being a good player and playing with that style. So he brings the energy level up in the clubhouse when we're traveling and also during the game. So it's something fun to see, and he can pick his whole team up in certain situations when the mood can be down.
How many times will you try to bunt this year?
I don't know. Hopefully not many. But if the game's on the line, I'll try to surprise somebody every now and then.
Was there a bunt last year?
He tried it once. I was so happy.
Seriously, what was it like when you, the last 2 years, saw him come to the plate and you were in the Boston dugout?
Oh, and his manager's our pitching coach. He would take swings, and every once in a while I'd even yell out. He probably couldn't hear it, but I'd say, I wished he would swing so hard that he'd blow his back out, because he took so many good swings. It was like you wanted to admire it, but he's playing against you. It's just not. Sometimes it didn't look fair.
Well, it certainly helped a lot when John came over, and he helped me out with the way that some of those guys worked, so it helped me out.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by the bus.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
Sure.
that.